Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Next to me, 1972 Super Beetle. Yes, it was on the channel before. It was a revival that sat, whatever it was, 15, 20 years, something like that. It sat a while, I guess is what I'm getting at. It's in because, like I tell everybody who I do revivals for, there's going to be squeaks, rattles, stuff's going to fall off. You're not going to like something. Stuff might loosen up, drip, leak, so on and so forth. Well, this is a drip and leak special, I guess. Also, suspension. What we got going on today is, what do we have going on today? We have to, let's see, change out the pushrod tubes because they're leaking. And yes, I said change them out. We're not taking the engine out. We're using spring-loaded. Yeah, I got them on the ground. Got these bad boys. Saves, you know, customer time or saves customer money because I don't have to take the heads off or the engine out. So that is a stopgap fix currently to fix an oil leak because the pushrod tubes are leaking pretty bad. The other thing we're going to do is put on rear coilover shocks, the, you know, well, travel savers, springy things. I don't know where I put them. I got to find them, otherwise I'll show you. But you'll see what we're putting on. We're putting that on because he wants it a little bit higher in the back. I'm pretty sure every time, because this car is lower, I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is I'm going to end up having to make drop blocks for that suspension because it's going to probably put it, actually, car's on the lifts, but it'll probably put it at its factory ride height. You can see the front wheels floating, so it's not actually doing anything. But yeah, those are two things on the major agenda today. I do have front suspension on order because I looked at it. I was hoping I could save it because it is adjustable on this car because I'm going to bring the nose up. But unfortunately, I'm not even going to try to fight with it. So I got new things on. They're not on order, or they're on order. They're not here yet. So unfortunately, we're not going to do the front suspension. So that's the next episode. But yeah, we'll do pushrod tubes, rear shocks, and depending how long that fiasco runs, I might throw in Type 3 generator footage because I forgot to make an intro for that video. Yep, that's how I work. But yeah. Stay tuned for Super Beetle. Hopefully easy stuff and not pulling out the hair, guys. All right, guys, back in the car. These are what I'm going to be installing. Where's the out? Hello. Coilovers. I like using these, especially if they've been lowered, because they will bump the car up a little higher, and I don't have to go through the problem of readjusting the torsion springs. Saves my customer time and money. So let me get this thing in the air. We'll bust off these rear shocks and yeah, show you what we got going on. Should be fairly, hopefully straightforward. Also can't remember if these had them on it or not. That should be good enough. Let me get a light. All right, no, they don't. Okay, good. I sort of remembered. Anywho's, that's not a good place for you. That's a all right enough place for you. Stay. Show you what we got going on. Fairly straightforward. Bottom nut, beeps, boops. You know, take that out, both sides. Top nut up here, wherever. That guy, I'm going to try to get it from, I think I hit magnification. Awesome. Anywho, I'm going to try to get it from, go away, from the bottom or from the lift. I think I have room without taking off this tire because I really don't want to take off this tire. So let me bust these things loose, get some tools, bust these things loose, and yeah, swap them out. Quick lift kit, I guess, is what I'm going on about. All right, let's see if hopefully this thing blows off. Barely. I'm going to get a better impact. This is just my 3/8 drive one. Which I'm pretty sure, oh, you can't see what I'm talking about, which I'm pretty sure is just an impact driver with a 3/4 anvil on it. It works. It's Ryobi. What do you expect? So, get this out. Where was that? Oh, they put a spacer in. They cut it? What? What kind of weird engineering? There's another spacer. Okay. I mean, I guess I can save them. Weird, I've never seen spacers in them. Not saying it's not a thing. It's not a thing I've encountered. All right, let me lower this some, down, and yeah, see if I can get those top ones. Hopefully. I think I got room for wrenches. You can't see what I'm doing anyway. Stay. But yeah, this car's been hit. I think I made a comment. Yeah, that thing's walloped. Are we 19 both sides? That'd be nice. Nope. 19 on the back side. Yep. So 17 front, maybe? I don't know. You tell me. Yes. So let's see. Oh, good. It's not even that tight. How long are you? Come on. There it is. All right. Let that lock washer. You just gonna cooperate? Yes, you are. Nice. All right. Shock. Boop. What would these be? Gas adjusts? I mean, it's only a little heavy on the undercoating, but they are they're brand new still. I'm going to save on them and use them on something else. Most likely one of my cars. Anywho, let me do the other side, and then we'll catch back up on this side, putting the new ones in. So give me, whatever, 3 minutes. The other side looks more complicated. It's a little walloped in there. So give me a second, or 3 minutes. I'll be back. All right, other side didn't come out too terrible. Shove these new bad boys in. Make sure, as I'm doing it, top side, you get it into the shock pouch, perch, bottom mount. It's a good thing I did, because otherwise it would have fell. Anywho's, bring your bolts in. And honestly, I'm stuck. Where are those spacers? I know I'm not going to need them on the bottom, but I do want to space it slightly out from the top. Seems a little close for my liking. Come on. Come on. There we go. Need some taps. Boop, in. Yeah, looks good. From the bottom still. I hope so. Yes. All right. Washer bolt. Lock washer bolt. Come on, fingers. There we go. Of course, I'll leave my wrenches on the other side of the car. Let me get the other side caught up to this, and yeah, we'll go underneath and re-fix them. How far are they? Oh, it'll be decent. So give me another 1 to 3 minutes, and you'll join me under the car. Playing. All right, we're going to use science to get these shocks into purchase. Steel tube and bolt and jack. Like I said, this car is lowered, so it needs a little bit of, assistance to go in. Of course, that side's too big, but fear not, it has a wedge point on it. Who is that? Probably male. Any horse. Let's put some tension on it. Come on, lock. And then gingerly lift it into place. And when I say lift, I mean, force. Crap. Everything stay. Screwdriver, and hopefully I can just wedge this thing back. Otherwise, I'll just take pressure off of it and, reset it. Oh, come on. Playing with a fulcrum and a lever. Stay there. There we go. You're supposed to go on the other side, aren't you? Well, it doesn't really matter. Stay. In, hold, install. Beauteous. There we go, a little more force. Slap that on, bolts in. Nut lock washer. Temporarily secure that. Spin you guys around a bit. Let's get the other one in. I'll go back and, tighten that. Just getting these things set. Come on. Yeah. Getting these guys set is just the fun part. You're going to cooperate just as much, because that'd be ideal. I did have to stretch this cup. Basically took a wrench and just pulled it out. Wrench, what am I talking about? A pry bar. Boop. Bolt and washer, or nut and washer. Good enough for right now. Boop. Take that off. Lock it down. Oh, you're on auto. All of it. All of it. Tight and tight. All right, springs are on. Let's lower it. What do we set on? These are adjustable. They have that little collet on it, and you have a funny looking tool. I think I have one laying around. I can go there. That's fine. I mean, whatever. Yeah. Some of them come with them. Some of them have the collet on it anyway, and they don't actually send you the little funny wrench. All it is you put it around, you hook it on, and you could, reef on it a bit and adjust the settings. Right now, it's on the softest setting, so that's where I want it because it's not really ride quality. Well, I'll lose that now. It's for, you know, a little more squish, but mainly I want it to sink further. But let's drop this thing. See how I like it. But it's like I said, it's a quick lift kit without messing with your torsion bars. Plus it'll level your ride left to right, especially if one of them sacked out. Oh yeah, that's much higher in the back. Perfect. So springs are holding it. It's pretty much ride height. What I can do is, depending how, you can't even see me. Like I said, I got shocks on order for the front. Depending where I dial those things in, usually what I would do, or what I'll do is, because it's almost factory ride height right now in the back. It's a little lower, but not by much. What I usually end up doing is making drop cups, if you will, and basically lowering that mount bolt on the bottom so that it'll lower the car some. Like I said, all depends on what I'm doing with the front. Because it seems like the owner wants more of a factory ride than like a Darty Super Beetle ride being lowered. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to have to go pretty factory up because we're not even on the ground yet. I don't know if you can't even see. Move you guys this way now. We got room. We got miles, and it's not on the ground. Bottom's touching. I think I got full weight on it. I'm trying not to get my lift arms to swing. Oh yeah. So yeah, the back has weight on it. It'll settle some. I'm probably just gonna make drop buckets anyway, because I don't want it to ride like a complete monster truck, although it's gonna look cool raked. But I'm only planning on going about an inch in the front. So I gotta kind of work with it because raising the rear and lowering the front does not aid in the stability in the Super Beetle going down the road because you just castered the hell out of yourself. So your wheels are, this is a datum line. We'll use the car. Straight up and down vertical, further back, think motorcycle, more stable, high speed, straight runs, they'll hold together. This is the line, when the car goes lower, it's going to tilt forward. Well, twitchy as hell, and that's usually where you get your twitch from. So even ride height, a little lower in the front, really won't hurt anything, but you know, dramatically lower. That's a word now. In the front, yeah, you're gonna be worse off. So, like I said, depending on what I do at the front, it's gonna be what I do at the back, but seeing how the back's basically factory ride height, it is definitely gonna get drop buckets on there. Just for the handling purposes of it, because like I said, you want to, I know, I'm rambling, you want to even this ride height. All right, next thing, we got these things to put in. I think I showed them already, I don't know. How to fix an oil leak without tearing apart your engine. They work well until they don't. And then they leak just as bad as normal pushrod tubes. I understand it, but it's either pulling the engine out, pulling the heads and basically rebuilding the engine, or throwing these in. You can argue, but you know, at the end of the day, that's cheaper for out the door pricing. Otherwise, I'd just be putting a new engine in or rebuilding this engine. So not where you want, not the bridge he wants to cross currently. So we're at this point. But I guess let me get it back in the air. That valve cover, I do remember, the car's a pain in the ass to get off because the car's been hit. But let me get it in the air. Actually, let me open one of these up, and if you haven't seen them, I'll show you what they look like or what they do. All right, real quick, this is what they look like assembled. I'm holding it together. They are the aluminum ones. They're not the plastic. The plastic ones are good. You know, good enough. These are good enough as well. The way that these work, that's wedged on there, so it's going to act like a cannon. Tube goes to the case. That goes cylinder head. Oil, you know, will drain down, but they have the spring here that holds pressure on this. The reason I like the aluminum kits is because they use the same donuts as an engine rebuild. So this one too. More different kits run different like O-ring styles, which I actually like more, except they are expensive. Which is fine, but like I said, we're just fixing an oil leak here. We're not rebuilding the engine. So why you're getting, it's not a performance engine, I guess is what I'm getting at. I don't know, I'm rambling. But yeah, that goes like that. They'll go in, they'll spring load, and then put pressure on head and cylinder. There we go. Pull that off. But yeah, it's just a little crush washer, little washer that rides this tube under a spring. This guy goes on, seals onto the other part. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I've used these in the past. Like I said, they work well. If they, like all these tubes, they all leak. These are actually pretty decent because they're aluminum, they're not the plastic style. I've had more problems that are plastic style. So let me get this in the air, and yeah, I guess ramble to you under there. But it should be, like I said, pretty straightforward. We're just taking out the old tubes that are leaking and putting in these. I say that now. All right, I don't know how well you can tell, but this engine is nice and soupy. So, I think the pump's leaking. It's a Berg pump on it. I think the pump's leaking. Those ands look all-right-ish. But yeah, it's just wet under here, and well, I can't even really get good light in here. If you look, or if you can see, the pushrod tubes are just dumping fluid. A little coming out of the cylinder, it looks like, but nothing major. So, first thing I got to do, take off this access panel. It's only held on by, well, 2 screws, it looks like, and I'll get access to the pushrod tubes. That is the, right now, major hurdle because this thing does have the lower tins on. This side would be fun too. Doing this side because it has an access door. So, let's start tearing this thing apart. Well, I need flathead. Hopefully that just cooperates. Oh yeah. One flat and then one looks like 10. Should give me access to in there. You a 10? You are a 10. Of course not. Wrench. Are you a 10? You are not. 11? Uh, 11. Because why wouldn't you be? That one's actually held on. I am surprised they broke. Hey, come back to it. All right, get this access panel out. Yeah, hugely oily. See if you guys can see a little more in that rocker box area. All the soupiness. Head's not dripping too bad, but you see by the bottom of the exhaust being wet. Obviously it's running down that way. And same thing here, it's pumping down the tubes. Like I said, it looks like the heads are leaking too, but not as bad as I would expect. They look sealed, but yeah, it's mainly these tubes. So I can get to all of them now. Is that even attached? I think it is. Bend that down slightly to where it needs to be. All right, yeah, I can get all those tubes out. So next procedure is fight this rocker box cover, because like I said, this thing is This car is damaged. It was a pain in the butt to get it. Get this thing on and off. Come on. There it is. Just need a little bit. Gasket's still good. It's brand new. Rag, towel, what have you. But yeah, rock's still good. Valve pluralize still feel good. Gonna blow off these two 13s. I hope they're 13s. Pull off the rocker arm assembly and then pull out all the push rod tubes so that we can just pull those out. Plan. I'll show you. I slide this thing out. These are definitely ratio rockers. They got shims under them. Well, hello. You snuck up on me. The bolt was just caught in the side case. Nothing major. Those all look good. These look good. Tappets, everything. Still holding good. Like I said, 4-to-1 ratio, I'm assuming. Put that down. Let's pull these guys out. What do we got? Anything special? Whew. Custom length. Chrome moly. All right. I think I said I'm also keeping these in order. They look like chrome mollies. Oh, we have a Houston. We have a problem. We're missing an end. Which is not ideal at all. Hopefully it's in the lifter. That's bad. Oh, is that it? Holy shit. Oh, holy shit. It's on the ground. Oh, I just cleaned too. Oh, we had a magnet to go fishing. Yeah, that is freaking unbelievable. I can't believe I found it. I thought it was in the engine. But all right, let me reposition you, clean this thing up, get all those things sorted, and then get all the schmutz out of it. And yeah, we'll rip these tubes out. Whew, a sigh of relief, for sure. All right, pulling these tubes is straightforward. Vice grips. What I do is, because they're cheap tin, just crush them and give them a twist and they'll pop out. Boop. Just like that. Make sure the rubber grommets, come out with them. But yeah, in, twist, remove. And the last one. And the last one. Come on. There you go. Last one. They're cheap. Not gonna reuse them. Make sure you get your O-rings out. And someone gooed the heck out of this thing. Setting these up again are fun. Make sure. Mosquito! Hey, you can barely see what I'm doing, but that's fine. Mosquito! Washer, O-ring, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, donut. Itch. Get those on. Get that. Stay. Spring the head, and we're just gonna, you know, force our way in here. Oh, come on. You're almost there. Stay. Pliers. Gonna try not to gack the finish, obviously. There you go. That's it. That's in. Give her some jiggle jiggles. You are a very bouncy car. And here, I'll show you. Just like that, spring loads in, holds tension on the head. Make sure you put this guy in, that'll seal there, and then in the block. So, pretty, excuse the hand, pretty straightforward. Let me install the rest of these and I'll show you the aftermath of them all, you know, installed, if you will. Goes pretty, like I said, pretty quick. Stay tuned. All right, fairly quick, fairly painless. I didn't tune in, obviously. No developments have happened, like normal, but they're all in. Now, when I do put them in, with the vice grips or the pliers, I do say rock them left to right to seat them in its chine, just to make sure they're in. Because, like I said, don't want any leaking. So, I'm gonna rip and tear on the driver's side. If there are any problems, developments, so on and so forth, I'll chime in. But same process. Fairly, like I said, straightforward, simple. So, give me a minute, and I guess we'll tune in for whatever else I'm gonna ramble about. I'm not sure what we're doing next. I think it's just suspension update and oil leak. We'll find out together. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. They're in. What a pain in the butt. Give you a quick. All four on this side. Barely see it, but all four on that side. Yeah, they're blue. They're in. Let me button this thing up now. So. Not sure what I want to do with that other push rod. Probably, I'll probably clean up, button up tomorrow, because I want to clean it and put red Loctite in there so it doesn't come back apart. I could also hit a quick tack weld with my TIG, just fuse it, but I don't want to warp. So red Loctite it is. So in the morning, we'll button this thing up, because I want to give that stuff good time to dry. Sounds like a plan. But, all right, I will be back. All right, guys, because I'm impatient, I ended up putting in the rockers and running this engine last night. Wasn't hiding anything, just didn't have the camera on me, threw it in the office, and, well, that was that. Mainly, I just wanted to see if those pushrod tubes were going to fix the, or minimize the huge leak that this thing had. And, well, it does. stop. She still has a bit of a weep on the floor. Let me get it up in the air and I'll show you. It's the... All right, now that I got the car in the air, I can show you what's going on. Ended up, like I said, running the car last night, putting it all together, buttoned it up. Lifters, obviously, rockers, all that stuff's in. Installation, same as an installation, but some pan or plate is now leaking, weeping. Looks like still some from the pump area. I'll check into that. But the huge Exxon Valdez leak is at least fixed. This is, I'm not going to say perfect by any means, but it is manageable over what it was. What else? So yeah, I guess that wraps that up. Seeing how I took time to raise it, let's drop it again. Let's undo the other side first. But that's good. We still have waiting on. All right. So the Exxon Valdez is at least minimized. The car still has. We still have to tune, or I have to tune it because I think it's owner said or stated. Stalling when hot or coming to a stop. That's not a big deal, but waiting on front suspension still. Ordered that, and well, when it comes in, we'll put that on. Then we'll road test it. But I do have to say, she does still sound happy. Play nice car. Please start. A little cold-natured, still don't know what this engine exactly is, but we got to tune the gallop out of her. Let me shut her down. Might do a tune-up, tune the gallop out of her. Like I said, I think this car's been sitting for what it was, 15, 20-something odd years. So, tune the gallop out of her. Maybe switch carburetors, not sure. Might go to a 34 pick. I'm running a 30, but see if we could dial her in any better, because that cold giddy up is, I mean, it's not hurting anything, but it's not the greatest, is what I'm getting at. When it warms up, it does straighten out. Like I said, I did run it hot yesterday, just so I can get oil flow. Try to make it leak, and well, you saw what we had. But anyway, next episode, front suspension. Dial this thing in, hopefully more gooder. Get it on the road, and yeah, hopefully get it back to the owner, because it's been sitting here for a while. And I know he's antsy because it's becoming driving weather again. It's not 3,000 degrees. So I guess if you like this episode, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you, we will chit chat as always. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one. I had a weird pause on that, but I'm leaving it.